Hello, everybody. Welcome and well met, familiars. I am Caelia Mer, which we are reacting to Final Fantasy XIV letter from the producer live 87. So we're in the middle of Dawn Trail at this point. We just had the Occult Crescent come out in the most recent patch. Occult Crescent is fun. I have a lot of mixed feelings about it. I feel like something is missing from it, but I can't. It's hard for me to quantify what that is. I really enjoyed Baja. I really enjoyed the Firmament, but for some reason, Cosmic Exploration and Occult Crescent aren't quite hitting the same. And I honestly don't know what's missing. Like, obviously know the differences, right? Occult Crescent doesn't have duels. Occult Crescent works a little bit differently. I like the Phantom jobs in theory, but something feels not quite right. And I don't know what that is. But hopefully we will learn more about forthcoming patches, continuation of Occult Crescent, and the ongoing MSQ. Big thing I'm hoping for today is I'm hoping for an update about housing, because a few live letters back they said that they were going to implement a change where you can make interior of your house as big or as little as you want regardless of the exterior for an amount of gil. And I have been wanting to upgrade the interior of my medium FC house to a large for a long time. I'm really hoping that they announce that this is going to happen in the next patch. Obviously, any quality of life additions. I'm also just very interested in hearing more information about Occult Crescent. It's also worth noting I do not speak a lick of Japanese, so I'm going to go by. I want all of these plushies, like, immediately. Also, I really want the secret lab chair so bad. Why is there not? Oh, it's the buildings outside. I was like, why is there IKEA? Low-key IKEA advertisement. Also, why is Kryle hair so blonde? I need all of them immediately. And also, I think I'm gonna need to take a trip to IKEA. Nightcore Final Fantasy theme, let's go!
と思います。画面お願いします。
お願いします。
Patch 7.25 Community Feedback Occult Crescent Cosmic Exploration. Oh no. See, I am pretty charitable. I am pretty charitable with my thoughts and feedback. A lot of people are not so charitable. And that makes me nervous because whenever they talk about community feedback, I'm always very worried that they are going to knee jerk and take it in the opposite direction. So whenever it's being complained about, they overcompensate. They have a history of doing this. For example, when people complain about a job being too difficult, they dumb it down way too much. If content is too easy, they make content really, really hard. The FF14 team, for some reason, has this tendency, at least in recent years. I can't speak for before that, but in recent years, they have had the tendency of going too far with implementing the community feedback, because you're not going to please everybody all the time, and that includes me. You're not going to please me all the time, and like, this is especially true for Occult Crescent, but also for both. Like I said, a lot of what I don't like is stuff that is hard to quantify. Like, I don't know. like I did Baja when it was happening, and it was such a great experience, and I loved it. I did Eureka during Shadowbringers, I think. Um, in Baja, Castrum Lacastoria was so great because you didn't have to do all of this organization around it. And Fort Tower, from what I can tell, is in order to, succeed, you really need to organize around it. I have not done Fork Tower yet, but just the manner of entry is very much like BA in Eureka, and I never did BA. I went through all of Eureka, but never did BA, because in order to do it effectively, you have to join a Discord and then join a run, and that while some community organization is great, having to rely on that much community organization is very intimidating, especially for casual players. Now, as in Baja, not an issue. You just queue up, you show up, and yeah, there's a chance that you'll wipe. But it's accessible to you, And I don't even have like a problem with the ciphers or anything like that. It's just the nature of you might get selected, you might not, and just having to organize with people when people like there's a reason I don't rate. There's a reason I'm not in a static, and it's because that organization is required. And for this, I don't feel like it should be. I don't know. Let's see how they feel about feedback. I'm a little scared that they're going to overcompensate.
一つ目です。事前に
Wish I could enter the Fork Tower with a pre-formed alliance. When you have to manipulate the system in order to get in, I don't know. And then there's a problem with like instances and stuff. Alright, I found a translation. Many players have tried to clear and prog the Fork Tower. As of yesterday, there have been more than 400 clears. Not 400 players, but 400 clears. We felt like the support through system in DRS was a bit too high, so we wanted to reduce this a bit. We have what the community calls Island Gacha, just to get into an instance in which you can queue into Fork Tower. It is difficult to get into the same island as a group of 48. We will implement a feature in patch 7.3 that allows for a pre-made alliance of 48 players to queue into the game, the same instance at once. Good. Because of how fast we're trying to do this, please don't have expectations too high for the UI. Patch 7.3 will be in early August. Putting in multiple ciphers is increasing your chances to enter the tower, but it isn't possible to see who handed in how many ciphers. We're working on a list view that will show this in the future. We will require one cipher in the future to have a player indicate, I want to enter the tower and prog. Okay, that's good. I wish there was a normal and savage version of the Fork Tower, like there was with Delibum Reginae. Okay.
いただいております。
はい。これはまあおっしゃる通りではあると思うんですけど、ちょっとやっぱ
The simple answer on when we didn't have a normal savage version is cost. I know this is a matter for a customer. We weren't able to do this for this instance, but for the future instances of a Cold Crescent, we will try to have both the normal and savage version. This doesn't really apply to me. We have every coffer give Gil as a reward as well, and our understanding of how rewarding that feels has been off. That's less for Fork Tower and more for Occult Crescent in general. The market is kind of tanked because of Occult Crescent. Things that were very rare in other content became very easy to get, and yet some of the more simple items have been excruciatingly hard to get. It's been weird. Like the fact that you can now get so much glam gear for like next to nothing on the market board is ridiculous. The fact that you can get mounts from Baja and Eureka, and just several of them at once, bonkers. And yet, items for specifically this content are really hard to find. I don't know. It's the treasure coffers really do feel like they are off as far as what you get. I don't know. That's not just a Fork Tower thing. When Magic Pot and Happy Bunny coffers contain only materia and fireworks, the rewards feel inadequate for the effort required. 100%. 100%. When the bunnies and the magic pots give you junk, and you can randomly find a mount that used to go for over 1 million gil in a regular bronze chest, something is off. We do feel like we've missed the mark on the rewards, and we're discussing how to change this. Maybe we can give it rewards from coffers that have been too good in the past. I don't know if that's the take to pull away. I'd be okay with, like, the level 1 glam stuff not appearing in coffers as much, as well as the mounts from previous content. But doing the magic pot and then just getting materia and magic prisms, from like a gold coffer, even, it's totally off. It's totally unbalanced. Enemies and fates can be defeated too quickly. Unless you're playing close attention, a fate may be completed before you even arrive. That's not just a problem here. This is an ongoing problem in all field content. That's just the reality of it. This isn't limited to this instance, he says, but it's difficult to adjust parameters to when an instance is crowded and when it's nearly empty. I do feel like it is better to have these parameters set in a way that mobs feel easier than for the parameters to make the fights take longer, even when you have a large group of players. We will try to push these to the limits. Yeah, this isn't, like I said, this isn't just a problem in Occult Crescent. It was a problem in Baja, it's a problem in Eureka. If you can't get to a fate within like 30 seconds, don't bother heading that way, right? But then there's the opposite problem as well, where the fates will be scaled larger, but if it's like a fresh instance, a new instance, or a dead instance where there's very few players in the instance, it might become impossible to do the fate. That's just the nature of field content. This I don't care. Like, it's annoying, but like, I don't think it's something that they can really do anything about beyond the balancing they are already doing. This I feel like this is a non-issue. But this is also why in Eureka sometimes they would wait to pull for a specific time on the fate timer. This is one of those situations where community organization actually is good and is helpful. If they're like pulling when the timer reaches 20 or whatever. But I haven't seen anybody actually do that in Occult Crescent. I don't think it's necessary. But perhaps when the content is older, it might be. I don't know. This is just a thing where people just need to work together. The one thing I will say is, even if you only get a few hits on the fate, like, it's very rare to not get gold on the fates. Please increase the drop rate for Demi-Atma and Soul Shards. I would be okay with this. I wouldn't say for Soul Shards. I feel like I got Soul Shards pretty easily, just by doing the content. The Demi-Atma, though, I don't know. The drop rate's really slow, But the issue is, like, once you've done the demi-atma, you don't have anything to do right now. Like, on one hand, I'm glad it's just a one and done, but once you're done with it, it's like, oh, I don't have anything to work towards here. Except, you know, gear, maybe. I don't know. It's, I will say, if you have alts and you want to do this on multiple characters, it's kind of alt unfriendly. They say, I do think this is personal RNG. We're not buffing the drop rates for now. To give you some numbers, CE drop rate is 20%, Fate drop rate is 5%. You might think if you do 5 CEs, you get 1, but it's 20% each time. Just as side info, ARR Atmas at the beginning, you had a 2% drop rate. We increased the drop rate in 2.4 and have been improving the drop rate since. Now they are at 20%. We obviously want to keep random drops as a feature in the game. We did want players to collect all drops, and we will not increase early drop rates as of now. They'll probably increase drop rates in the next expansion, so that people that are doing the content, people that are doing Occult Crescent and whatever 8.0 is, they can do it faster. I do think it's a little unfriendly to people with alts, but that's such a small number. But yeah, as for the soul shards, I really don't think it takes that long. It takes that many tries to get a soul shard. Maybe people are having bad luck, but playing pretty constantly, I'm pretty sure I got all the soul shards you can get from doing CEs. I'm pretty sure I got them like within that first day of just playing all day, you know? The window for Auroral Mirages is too short, making it impossible to get there in time if you were in a critical encounter. I can see this being an issue. I haven't tried to do Fort Tower yet, but I can see how it can be hard to get there in time. They say, we're changing the system around the weather condition Auroral Mirage. The weather condition will not spawn until the environment allows it for, meaning no active CEs. This only pushes the weather condition back and doesn't reduce the amount of spawning. We've also been informed of the cast translation errors in the French and German client. We'll be fixing this during the next hotfix maintenance that we announced earlier. We had similar instances of cast translations affecting the difficulty of a mechanic. Omega raids in Japanese it was just left right, but in English it became a lot more difficult. We're revising this for the future. I am sorry again. The starboard larboard. When you look at Omega being a ship, the references from a culture aspect make sense, but it increased the difficulty of a mechanic based on the language you're playing in. I do agree that this is an issue, because it does not last long at all. So it's good that they're fixing this. Okay, so that looks like that's all the feedback for Occult Crescent. Cosmic Exploration feedback. I'm gonna be honest, I stopped doing Cosmic Exploration after a few weeks. I stopped caring. Can you allow us to use mounts? Can you allow us to use mounts? They say, in 7.3, you'll be able to use mounts during Cosmic Exploration, and for new exploration content we're releasing in 7.31, you will be able to mount up from the start. That's good. That is good. No notes. Please increase the time limit for missions. This is feedback we got from gatherers a lot. We will adjust mission times for some missions. Good. I didn't do a lot of gathering, but I understand that the timers could be a little bit, mean. A little bit, a little scary. Terrifying. I remember day one, my friend was doing gathering and was really stressed out trying to get the mission done on time. I should get back into cosmic exploration, see what has changed since last time. Please make the mission report window open automatically. I could not agree more. OCP says, I do believe this is a feature we should have had from the start, but we didn't. This will change in the future. Thank goodness. That was a little bit clunky. I do agree. Please make it so your GP is fully restored after completing gathering missions. Again, I haven't done a lot of gathering in cosmic exploration. Yoshi says, from now on, you will get back the GP that you used in cast timers for cordials will reset upon completion of a gathering mission. Hey, could not ask for more, honestly. Please make it easier to understand when sequential missions are available. A little bit of clarity would go a long way here. They say, sequential missions have been difficult to see just in the chat window. We will improve this. And then please make projects easier to successfully complete. We're looking at the data for project and we'll keep monitoring this. We're working on a system that allows for sort of a follow-up to a failed project. I see. Yeah, because I did do a project in cosmetic exploration. I wasn't able to complete it. I'm really feeling like getting back to it, especially if they're gonna add these changes. Please keep the relative positioning of shops and NPCs constant as the base develops. We put too much emphasis on the looks of how a developed base would look, but for future releases we're reworking the level designs from the next exploration. Holograms will be installed from the beginning. Which is also the next thing. Please have holograms installed from the beginning. See, I haven't done cosplay exploration since before they brought in holograms. It's been a long time. I should go check it out. Please add more incentives to continue playing once we finish the cosmic tool enhancement and gotten the current rewards. Looking at player data, it's clear that incentives to keep playing after you finish your tool and got the rewards are lacking. We will improve this for future releases. More incentives to play in general would be good. I feel like there's just so... Please implement a retainer bell. Yes. Please. I think that's one reason I stopped playing, is because I got so frustrated. Like, I would get all of these rewards for stuff, which is great. It's great to have rewards, but my inventory was just kind of a nightmare. And in order to like sell off stuff or store it, I would have to leave the instance, teleport to one of the city-states, go to my summoning bell, hit up the summoning bell, put stuff up, and then I'd have to teleport back to the moon. Then I'd have to go all the way over to the bunny, get on the buggy, and come back here. Like, something that could have been just a quick little is like several steps of spending teleportation fees and wasting time. And then you miss out on stuff on the moon while you're gone. Like, you miss out on missions and stuff. Like, the firmament had a retainer bell in the firmament. So whenever you got your rewards, you could put them up for sale or store them or whatever. Like, we don't even have access to our chocobo bags in cosmic exploration, if I'm not mistaken. So you can't even like shove things in there. They say, we will be adding retainer bells. That's all I could possibly ask for. They say we had sort of a rule to only put retainer bells where they are safe. This cosmic exploration doesn't require a dawn trail clear. We cannot be using this Solution 9 bell design. Driving away losing their job? No, they say it will be a sort of a teleport ticket to driving way. Oh, they're talking about the getting easier to the cosmic exploration base. We'll keep working on earning your trust from now on as well. Thank you. We've had feedback about deleted comments on the forums. As a community team, we'll be moderating the forums. When it gets too heated, and insults will be deleted from now on as well. Having the bell and being able to get back quicker will help a lot. I can't ask for much more than that as far as like navigation to cosmic exploration. Because honestly, a big reason I haven't been doing it is because I don't want to go all the way out there and go through the whole process just to do a little bit of crafting or gathering. Looks like they're taking a quick break. Oh, is this FF16 stuff? I will get around to playing this eventually. As you may or may not know, I'm playing all the Final Fantasy games in order. I'm currently on Final Fantasy IX. So if you like Final Fantasies, check out my Twitch stream, as well as the VODs for FF9 that I'm now putting on my YouTube channel. Welcome back! Welcome back! They say we're going to be talking about 7.3.3 updates. As always, since it's part 1, we're not having detailed explanations, which is fine. I like this artwork. Also, I think Geode looks so cool. I love this art style. The Promise of Tomorrow, Final Fantasy XIV, patch 7.3. This will be the finale of the Dawn Trail story. Oh. Oh, I don't know how I feel about that. And then we move into the next chapter in our journey. The illustration is by Toshiyuki Itahana, Final Fantasy IX character designer. Love that. Releasing early August 2025. I'm looking forward to it, because honestly, I'm ready for the Dawn Trail story to be done. I think it's gotten good in the last patch, but I'm ready for a new chapter. Now we're going to be seeing mainly screenshots today. This is for the MSQ, obviously. We got the real scene. So spoilers. Spoilers for... We have the real scene, looking quite tense, with Kryl ready to kick some ass. Yoshi says, she has a book. You guys notice fast. We know you guys want her outfit. Please wait. I want her other outfit, not this one. Give me a shiny, sparkly dress that glows. Give us more stuff like that. That's what I want. This looks really cool. This is a cool effect. Oh, this is Aaronville and his friends that forgot about people that they knew. I remember this from the from earlier in Dawn Trail. Apparently, Yoshi P is chuckling about some Gundam reference. The translator doesn't get it. And that's fine, because I don't really get it either. And there's this guy. This freaking tablet pen. New Allied Society crest Yakui. Yeah! They will be crafters! Good thing I got my goldsmith up to 100. I haven't started the Mamul Jaw the ones though. Like I there's so much I haven't done yet. I just haven't felt it. I don't know what the heck is happening here, but this is so cool. This cool like Mesoamerican robot is so cool with the cool shiny turquoise texture. Do you think this is the mount? You will see. Oh my god, these guys! This is probably like my favorite design from Dawn Trail. This guy is great. I want a plushie of this guy. And his poop stick. He says, the minion, you will see, you will see. Yeah, they expect this to be a minion. So probably rebuilding something. Tends to be when they have the crafting and gathering. You're building something. I'll be interested to read the story on this one. There she is. More Hildebrand. I haven't caught up on Hildebrand. I need to do that. OSP says, does the egg explode? And then things happened and this is the next scene? Ha! Good old Hardy Boiled. This guy has no business being this handsome. I don't know who this is. Maybe it's an NPC we've met? He has no business being this attractive. I'm sorry, y'all. Yoshi says, wherever Hildy is, there will be jokes. That is accurate. New dungeon, the Meso Terminal. Was that mentioned at some point? It might have been. It looks really cool. That's about it for quests. The other content is quest 2, but they aren't story heavy. This fence shouldn't break. Assuming they're talking about this one. When I did playtest this, there was some collision missing, and I did fall down. The devs apologized. We didn't get to that yet. We're sorry. That's great. This looks so cool. This is gonna be great for G-posing. Oh, like a hospital? A med bay? This dungeon is part of the MSQ, which I suspected. This looks really familiar. Like I said, I'm playing FF9. This looks familiar. Let me know in the comments. The reactions in the Discord spell out Treno, so I think this is supposed to be like Treno? Oh, that's from... Oh no, that's the statue from fricking... Living Memory, isn't it? New trial, question mark, question mark, question mark. I cannot talk about the trial at all, so no more info until its release. Oh, goodness. Well, I will be streaming that content day 1. He says, if you're looking forward to part 2, can't show this one in part 2 either. Wild. I have theories. Obviously, I think this has to do with the fake spine. I'm looking forward to it. It'd be really cool if, like, this is like a Colossus that comes to life, and it's like a massive boss fight. That could be potentially rad. I'm curious about what, if anything, they might pull from FF9 for this fight. Of course, I haven't finished FF9 yet, so, like, I'm like... Aww. This is pretty. There's some rainbow and everything. It's like Disneyland. What? That's a lot of Ellison. I'm assuming this is from the FF11 Echoes of Vanity Part 2, Sandoria, the Second Walk. I haven't played FF11 yet. It's on my docket. It's on my to-do list. This is so pretty, though. This is so pretty. Just like last time, FF11 related, obviously, we just finished the first playtest of this and the background music was bugged. We knew there was a bug, but I was the one who it happened to, he says. This is really pretty. This could be a wallpaper. Assuming I could get it in higher quality than this video. This video quality is not very good. It might.
まあ、あるんでしょう。
あってほしい。
あるんでしょう。
楽しみですね。楽しみですね。
この前、まず最初
That doesn't look a lot better.
と呼ばれる
Still,
全体投資の1回目が僕はあった。
いかがですか
this is very pretty.
なんかバグってまして。
Happy Pride Month, by the way.
ずっと流れ続ける。
Yeah, haven't played FF11 yet. I do plan on getting to it once I finish FF9 and FF10,
バグが
and probably FF10 too, because I understand that it's 10-2 is like a continuation of 10.
かもしれませんって言われて、
So I'll probably do it before I dive into 11.
曲変わんないけど。
Or maybe I'll do both at the same time. Like,
別にバグパイプだけにバグ
play FF11 on one day and play
いいじゃない
FF10 too on a different day.
すげえ A シーンとかバトルでも
Since the FF11 is an MMO, would be a different experience.
なるほどね。
Oh wow, that's pretty.
ねえ。あら。
That's gorgeous. I don't know anything about the context of this, but it's very pretty.
すごい。
They need to add Explorer mode to Alliance
な
raids
ぜ急にここがっていうのは
so I can come in here and take screenshots.
さあもう一
Because this is gorgeous. The first picture is gorgeous. And this guy
これは
is not gorgeous. I hate this guy.
ああなるほど
This dude's a piece of shit. Throw him off the
はい。
throw him off a cliff.
おっしゃる方が。
Only thing I'm nervous about is lag. Every time I do Juno, it's laggy as fuck, whether I'm streaming or
い
not.
や、楽しみ。
どうなんですかどう絡んで
It's so laggy
いくのか
because there's so much going on.
みんな感じでさ
But yeah, fuck this guy.
この2人もね
ね
まあどうなっていく
I like Preach though. Preach is cool.
ね
まあ気にも
I'm looking forward to seeing this story. I am, and I hope they give us the Preach hairstyle.
はい
Wreath the Snakes, Unreal. Yep.
いよいよ
Oshby says the last of the Stormblood series. Level 100 Seiryu.
紹介するあれもないですけど
That could be
そうかでも
scary.
のリベレーターが懐かしい
I've never done an Unreal fight before.
レベル100の
うん
声優さん。
Not against trying it.
きっとやってない人も多い
I need people to play harder content with me.
ね。
これは何だ
What's this?
よくわからないがはいこちらはですね
It looks really cool.
トレジャーハントダウン
New treasure dungeon! Thank God. Please let this one be more like of a roulette than a picador. I hate the picador ones because I always feel like
名前ではい
whoever's doing it,
おーなんだ
like people get mad at them.
かなって言ってる人
I prefer a roulette. Like, it's RNG either way, but I prefer a roulette because it doesn't look like it's in anybody's hands, you know? I'm hoping that these guys are like a slot machine kind of thing.
はいですね
Look at this guy.
わかんないですねダンジョン
I love him.
的なものもちょっと新しいのが追加されてたりするのでこれはな
We have some new mini games in the treasure dungeons. Maybe it raps. Maybe it's a DJ. We don't
そ
know.
うですね
This robotic mandragora.
するかお皿を回すかをしそうな
I love this guy.
感じはありますあなるほど
Oh yeah, there's another thing I'm hoping they announce. Because the color palette is expanding so much in this game, I'm hoping, and we have like NPCs with bright hair colors, I'm hoping that they announce
ねゴーグルの部分ですよね
an expansion of hair colors.
うんもう絶対わか
Just let my hair be more saturated.
嘘だ。何
みんなどう
Like, especially blue. For some reason, the blue in the game is just so muted.
この流れだと
Let me have bright blue hair.
わかんない
Because, like, all of these character designs and all, like, backgrounds, everything is so bright. And then your character's all muddy.
もう一度見てみよう
まあちょっと興味がある方は
Please announce hair colors. If they do announce it, it'll be later. It'll be later.
私ねおじさんなんでも
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the treasure dungeon. This looks fun.
同志がたくさんいて心強いです
Looks like a spectacle for the eyeballs.
ということで、宝物庫
で
What's to come in patch 7.3? Duty support
対応ですが今回はこちら
for Cutter's Cry. good?
この結構
Probably.
ね本当申請初期
うん。
開発中も
Cutter's Cry is.
う今のレギュレーションと全然違うところ
Are they changing it though? Are they changing Cutter's Cry
今回はカッターズ
to make it compatible with duty support?
どうなりますやら。
そうどうなりますかとなって
Because Cutter's Cry, depending on your group,
ちょっと寂しいよ
is either like the easiest freaking dungeon or it's a pain in the ass.
続けていきますので、はい、一通りねコンテンツが落ち着いたらカッターズクライムちょっとね見に行ってみて
Like you can effectively skip a third of the dungeon.
アップデート
PvP update?
パッチ7.3でもございます。
はい、お願いし
I do play a little bit of PvP just to get whatever emotes come out.
が
Oh, Series 9. I need to make sure all my characters get the emotes that I want them to have.
ですが
Not really interested in the glams or mounts or whatever.
いうのも行われます。
Action adjustments.
クリスタルコンフリクトの新
New Crystalline Conflict Arena added. I don't really do Crystalline Conflict anymore. I just kind of
はい
do a daily frontline when I want to grind for series rewards.
クリスタルコンフリクトの新ステージをちょっとご紹介して
No fancy gimmicks in this arena. Ooh, it's pretty!
今回ですね、クリスタルコンフリクト
The Bayside Battleground. This is cool.
明るい海岸に作りました。
ます。眩しい。
That's really
で
pretty.
すね。
I do like no gimmicks though. I do like no gimmicks because sometimes the gimmicks are distracting. They said they will allow dual queues in casual. We had a lot of feedback that players were scared of going alone.
はい、お願いします。
Okay. Okay. I might do this now. I can grab one of my friends that's really good at PvP and be like, hey, you want to do Crystalline Conflict with me? That's great.
なるほどな。
You can't do a full team, but you can do duos, which is that's I feel like that's fair.
結構新しく始めてくださってる方も
For casual anyway.
ちょっとリクトにですね
New tiers added. I'm probably never gonna try doing competitive again. After you reach Crystal, your rank up and down will be determined by Crystal credit. There will be parameter adjustments in front lines as well. See, here's the thing. I tried doing competitive Crystalline Conflict the first season, and I never got out of bronze. I would get close to getting out of bronze, and then I would have a bad luck streak. Rising Stars. This is... I'm assuming this is different from before? Because if that's the case, promotion might be easier.
上位感のある。
そうですね。
Because I could never get out of bronze.
どっちが上なんだ議論も
確かにね。
もちろん
Like, granted, I'm very bad at PvP, but still.
ライン側のね
The chances of me doing this are very small, but maybe if it's not so punishing to lose in bronze. Cosmic Exploration, what's new in that? Thanks to the efforts of industrious adventurers, completion of the Moongate Hub is close at hand. The Cosmic Exploration Initiative is ready to take its first hop into the wider cosmos, to relieving the moon. Relieving the moon at last.
あ、なるほど。さて、
New Cosmic Exploration Star.
はい。と、
Faena. Oh, that's pretty. I imagine this is going to be a very colorful alien world. Yeah, that's pretty. Yep. Ooh.
まあこういった場所もあります。
Yeah, I gotta admit, going to a new planet sounds pretty rad. I wonder if they'll make a lamp that looks like this plant. Or like an outdoor fixture.
はい、お願いします。
Exploration and survey of a new star begins. So what I most look forward to. Further enhancements to cosmic tools. New rewards. I imagine there'll probably be like a hairstyle, an emote, the Star Wars standing Stella, as well as the Star Contributor status effect will also be available on Fana. As I mentioned earlier, Yoshi P says, the holograms will be available from the start. We will also continue to listen to the feedback to try to get a great experience for the players. Okay, I'm looking forward to going to a different planet. The moon was getting kinda... Yoshi P says, just seeing this guy on a screenshot will tell you everything. More phantom weapon stuff. I did think about this screenshot, but all Warriors of Light know what meeting Gerald means. Yep. Another grind. Let me guess. More Atma. I'm looking forward to it, because once you're past the Atma grind, you're kind of like, well, I have my weapon. I can't do anything else with it yet. Deep Dungeon. That looks like high Aether Pool weapons. New Deep Dungeon. What did I say? I still haven't gotten very far in Eureka Orthos, and I need to work on that. Oshby says, there might be players not familiar with Deep Dungeons, so what are they? It's a dungeon that is deep. Dungeon news architecture changes each time players enter to explore. It's like kind of like a roguelike in that way. Players begin at a designated level for each deep dungeon and gain experience as they progress towards the deepest floor. Deep dungeon specific arms and gear are enhanced via play. So you start with a level for your gear and your weapons. And as you gain Aether Pool, that level goes up. So eventually, once your Aether Pool is really high, you can like solo this stuff. Entry available for groups 1 to 4, no role restrictions, difficulty unaffected by party size, which means you don't want to do solo until your Aether Pool is up. And yeah, you can use it for leveling. So I imagine this deep dungeon will start at level 90? Access via an NPC rather than a duty finder. I like deep dungeons. It's just a time investment and it's pretty draining. Like, I enjoy doing it, but I can only do it for a few hours before I'm like, my brain is melting. I need to do something else. So what kind of deep dungeon is it this time? This is looking kind of like Ilmeg. Are we going in the castle? Hold up. Are we going in the castle? Are we going into Titania's castle? Pilgrim's Traverse. Deep dungeons are always about going up or down, but this time we're sliding. This has got to be the castle, right? This has got to be Titania's castle. I always wanted to explore the rest of it. Oh, I hope that's the case. I hope that's the case. Because, like, this aesthetic is just, it's so good. It's so wonderful. I love it so much. Oh my god. Please. Please, please, please. What do they mean by sliding? Like going sideways? This is definitely Titania's castle. We're going back to Ilmeg, y'all. Yeah. Yeah. Ilmeg, baby. Yeah, now we know where this is. There's an outside? Oh my god. Do we travel outside in this thing? Like, do we actually travel outside? Yoshi P says it's deep to the sides. Saying that hurt me. Because it's in Elmeg. It's where all the Fae are. So like it kind of expands as you want it to.
今回のやつ。
はい、今回のやつ。
はい。
Ugh.
あ
Players must first complete the main scenario and Walker and progress to floor 50 Palace of the Dead. Easy.
そうそう。真相へ。真相
そうちょっと自分で言って苦しかった。自分で
何言ってんだって今なりますよね、自分で。
そうなりました
If you have to complete Endwalker, does that mean that you can start at level
条件なんですが
80?
メインクエスト
Or are we starting at level 90? First 50 floors of Palace are easy. Must be level 91 or above to enter. Access by speaking with an NPC in Elmeg. Cool. I love that we're getting more excuses to go back to Elmeg. That makes me happy. There's a custom delivery in Elmeg that we got last expansion. And now they're putting the deep dungeon here. It makes me happy. I get to come back to Elmeg. He says we have a new feature this time. We'll talk more about this in part 2. Boo. Bonus duty after completion, a harder version of the floor 99 boss battle will be accessible from the dungeon entrance NPC. That is very new, yes. I wonder if there's going to be like a reward for beating it so that you want to grind it. Can be challenged at level 100 with a party of 4. Interesting. More hard content? Well, this one only unlocks after you've completed the normal floor 99 boss. I was allowed to show a bit of the boss, just a bit. Secret. This is as much as I can show. Looks kind of like Omega.
なるほど。このやり口がありましたか。
But we're in Ilmeg, so it could be like a Sin Eater kind of situation. What is that? Bushiby says, want to talk about system updates now, but I've been seeing comments about Ultimate. There will be no Ultimate in 7.3. We're working on the next one. There will be a next Ultimate, but it will not be in 7.3. Ultimate doesn't really apply to me. I don't do harder content. Again, not that I am against doing harder content. I just need people to do it with. And I probably don't want to run it to jump into Ultimate right away. What's next? Chat bubble feature. It's fine. As a role player, I can see how it might be a problem. How it can be like really distracting. I do like that it's color coded based on like if it's a link shell or FC chat or party chat or whatever. That's pretty cool. But I imagine if I'm under active development, they say we're basically done with the feature, but we're not done with the implementation yet. Will be possible to select which chat modes show up as bubbles, like only party chat and only shout chat. We're still discussing this last feature, how it will feel in the world of Eorzea. It's optional, disabled by default. I will probably leave it disabled. I can't imagine that it's going to make RP, like, maybe on a one-on-one basis, but not, like, out in the world. Because, like, when I used to, I RP'd in WoW for, like, just, like, a little short blip of time. And it was really distracting. Seeing the text both over people's heads and in the chat window. Also, we don't know if like /EMs /emotes would be considered in chat windows, because usually in RP those are used more than says, but I don't know. We do understand it only reflects a player's personal environment. You can see different background colors in the screenshots. Red is difficult, might feel like a warning. Of course, this feature isn't something we're releasing and then forget. We will improve or change it based on feedback. This screenshot shows one line in the bubble. What if you have too much text showing up? If text is too long, you will have to check your chat window. Okay, that's also good, because they're discussing potentially implementing it in combat. He says, what if a body on the floor has a bubble showing up? Healer LB. That will turn into a meme for sure. I think chat bubbles during combat, I don't know. Like, it might be useful, but it could be distracting. Like, it might be handy, because sometimes when I'm in the middle of combat, I don't check the chat window. So it might be useful, but it also might distract me from what the fuck is going on. I don't know. I'd be willing to try it out. The chances are I'd keep it turned off. I can definitely see why people want it. Like, 100%. I don't think it applies well to me and my ADHD ass. Can be disabled during battle and PvP. I might have it on in battle. I don't know. Can be set to display 1 line, 2 lines. Will be truncated upon reaching a certain word count. Good. Nobody posts the freaking B movie script and cover the whole screen. Expanded headgear support for Hrothgar and Vieira. Chess and Vesper, thank you. Various headgear will now display on Hrothgar and Vieira characters. I haven't really been, like, noting the responses in the Discord where I'm getting these translations. The words 6 years have been spelled out in Discord reactions. It's been a while. Further support will be added in future updates. He says, I think we managed most of them except for metal pieces like helmets. That looks good. Also, what is this hat? I don't think I've ever seen this hat before. What is this hat? Yes. I mean, it was that simple. Just have the ears go through, like, you can even see little hairs clipping through the material. Like, it's not even option to hide Vieira ears? Why would you hide Vieira ears? Please think of this feature as hiding Vieira ears by holding them with metal pieces it could hurt, you know. Okay, so some helmets with the ears going through, like you would... Okay, I see what they mean. Choose whether or not to display ears on certain headgear. I mean, I think that's fine. Add an on-off sub-command to the visor toggle on the character window. I mean, more options is better than less options. But 6 years to get to this point. I don't know. Like I said, more options is better than no options, but it makes me nervous that they're not going to implement the hats well, and that's going to be why they're doing this. Any setting will be saved to the registered gear set and equipped at the time. Okay. Just like everything else. See, this is what I'm talking about.
しまってあるじゃん。
しまわれとる。
This is what would be preferred, obviously, but like you can see little hairs clipping through.
いや、でかい耳畳んでたら
Instead of looking like it's like a hole for the ears, it just looks like the ears clipping through.
なので
So it looks better with the ears hidden, but you don't want the ears hidden. Like, what's the point of being a bunny girl if your ears are hidden?
はい。
Like, I get it, but
はい。
these little hairs are what are driving me crazy. If these little hairs were hidden, it'd be fine. But it just looks, it drives me crazy when hair clips into stuff in this game. And they do it on purpose. Bangs will now Bangs will now display while wearing hood-type headgear. This is much needed. Because, like, I think hoods can look so cool.
なのでちょっとこれはビフォーアフターで、持ってきました。はい。こちらが
Like, yeah, right now you don't see hair when you wear hoods, which is so frustrating.
いや、いいんだけどこれは嫌だ。
Like, this hood specifically is so cool, but the fact that you can't see your hair, especially if you have a hairstyle where you got like very like prominent bangs and then you just don't see them.
だと思うんですけど、こちらがですね、次からこうなります。
I mean, come on.
まあもちろん一部ですから。
It looks more natural too. Like, it looks...
フードのデザインであればっていうところまで各髪型細かく調整してですね。
The bang changes will apply to every race.
なんか
There have probably been a lot of players who never wore hoods because of the hair disappearing.
段違いな。
全然別人に見えますよね。
They look like different people. Yeah, that's wild. I have a feeling they're not gonna announce the hair colors.
はい。おりますので、ほぼいけるんじゃないかなと思います。
Or the housing thing.
で、まあここまでが、まあ
Because we're coming up to that point in that live letter. This is a pretty cool quality of life thing though. I like it.
ホワイトボードどうなって
Whiteboard.
コメントがあったので、
Okay, this list applies to me. It might be useful. I don't know. The whiteboard features, not for 7.3, but it's just a reminder that they haven't forgotten it. Releasing in patch 7.4 or later. I like it. I don't know if it'll ever apply to me. I'm not sure how this will be shared between people. Like, will everybody in the party be able to see it?
そうかそうか。組んでいくとこういうことになる。
Like, that's pretty good. Being able to see mechanics, that's good. Features for the whiteboard we're discussing option to highlight jobs, including your own for your own positionings. If I can highlight myself, like if I'm highlighted when I'm looking at the whiteboard, that will help a lot. It'll keep me from losing track of myself. Since not everyone will be a whiteboard maker, obviously we need a feature to be able to share them. There will be many good ones, but eventually most players will agree to the one that will be used. Kind of like strats. Functionality to display the board where desired, including during battle. That could be a game changer for me personally. Assuming it's not in the way. Option to highlight specified jobs. Again, it's very easy for me to lose track of where I'm supposed to be when I'm looking at graphics like that. But if my stuff is highlighted, it might actually be useful. And if I can see it during the battle, ability to set up multiple schemes for a single duty. Okay. We want to make these features more solid. I am sorry this won't be in 7.3, but we're doing our best for 7.4. That's it for PLL features. There will be more in part 2. Oh, regards housing. Option to share with those. We're working on the increase of objects you can place, all that I will be talking about in the next PLL. Doesn't sound like our upgrade. Alright, here are my final thoughts. First of all, I'm really grateful that they are listening to player feedback about Occult Crescent and Cosmic Exploration. I think that was much, much needed. And I'm looking forward to seeing how they implement the changes that they have announced thus far. Secondly, I am really looking forward to the new Deep Dungeon. Probably this was the highlight for me, was the Deep Dungeon in Ilmeg. I'm really looking forward to seeing it and learning more about the story behind it and the lore behind it. I love Ilmeg. It's probably my favorite zone in the game. I'm so looking forward to revisiting it once more. Thirdly, while I didn't get the quality of life things that I specifically was hoping for, I am so glad to be seeing Hrothgar and Vera getting some headgear love. While I'm a little bit cynical about how it's being implemented for Viera specifically, I am hopeful that they will make improvements over time and continue to listen to player feedback. And lastly, I'm looking forward to seeing the end of the Dawn Trail story. I'm ready to see a new chapter, but I'm also very eager to see how this one finishes, you know? I'm looking forward to seeing a new chapter begin. So, overall, I would say Live Letter was a positive one. Could have definitely been better, but I think it's a good one. So, if you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, take care of yourselves, friends, and take care of each other because you deserve it. And until next time, hold on to that magic in your heart. Bye.